in Kubernetes. So Helm is basically used for charting purposes. So in order to create the charts and diagrams, we use the Helm in Kubernetes, and from there we can manage the charts. So the charts also can be managed by means of a YML file, which is responsible for managing the containers and the applications inside it. So YML file we will create it for the Helm charts, and from there what are the advantages and architecture part we will discuss here. So first, basically it's a package where manager for Kubernetes, which help us to install or maintain the Kubernetes applications using charts. And through that, we can use this chart to, check our status of the CPU, memory usage, and what all apps we have bundled, and how we can manage the easy deployment. So these are the benefits of Helm charts, where we can do the versioning and simplify the deployment. We can update or roll back to the previous state. Suppose I have a version here. Let's say I will take the simple example where suppose I have a version one app is there, and from there I have pushed an update of, say, security update I have pushed on my app, because since it's requires certain upgradation. So for that I have pushed the security update into the through Helm charts. Now for that I have to again roll back the previous state of the security update. So let's say I have using the version 1 of the app, and let's I have to again roll back the state. And so I will roll back the previous state, because if my app crashes in any way, so then I will roll back the state to the previous state, which is our version 1, and then I will push the changes. So this way we can manage the version control in our through a single command, which we'll discuss. And we can reuse the charts also for across the team and environment, so that we can manage it by means of like a SharePoint portal. We can deploy the app by on the SharePoint, and from there means the specific Helm charts can be, or yeah, YML file can be used across the people, means across the team. We can use the YAML file so that it can be easily managed. Means in that way multiple users can be able to work on the same Helm charts or YAML sample YAML file. So in this way, we can manage the ease of deployment by managing the YAML file in a more systematic manner. Okay, and after that, the architecture part. Talking about the architecture part, where we can see on the Helm server and client. These are two kinds of management. So client is used for managing charts, whereas the Helm server, which is a tiller, which is talks specifically to Kubernetes API server, which we have discussed. Okay, so suppose I have a client server model, and where this Kubernetes API would be managing it, and through that, how we will manage it. Okay, so now main concern is that how to manage this API part through client server model. Suppose this is client and this is server. Okay, now client will be responsible for managing the Helm charts in a more synchronous way or asynchronous way, and this is the server model, which is responsible for managing the Kubernetes API. You can say. Okay, so API management. Suppose I will say, so in the API, what we will call, we check the insights. Insights, the logs we can manage through the API server. Question comes how the Helm chart will work. So charts, as I have told you, it's a collection of files which is describing the Kubernetes resource. Okay, and the value files are there, which is used for a different thing, overriding different environment. Suppose I am working in like a staging environment. Okay, and I have to push the file to production. So in that way, production I will do in capital in uppercase. So how the dependency of the files or the collection of files will be managed by Helm chart. So it would be follow the client-based model, which I have told you. This is the client, and here is the server. So client-based architecture, it will manage the dependency of the files, the charts, and the value files. Now, it is very settings will be overridden by this. Now the template, it will dynamically generate the manifest file. Now what are manifest file guys? So manifest file, as we say in that, it is used for deploying the templates. Suppose I have custom file here and I have to create a manifest of the certain clones of the file. So I can create the templates in order to deploy it in production or in staging. Okay. And similarly, the release is deployment of chart is a release. So we can deploy the release as I told you in V1, V2 versions. Here I have told you that we can deploy in phases, which is version 1 and version 2. So likewise, we can manage it the apps deployment and repositories which are a collection of charts you can share and use. Now, creation of we call it create a new style that we'll discuss in the upcoming videos when we do it practical. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you for watching.